Janet, how are you, dear? It's hump day. And Cindy with a Y. I'm feeling pretty good. Uh, well, I'm feeling all right. I'm just aggravated right now. And Tia's mom, how you doing, dear? You know how you feel okay, but just one of those days. I I just went on Amazon. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, everybody. I was on Amazon. I was buying this one item, and there was a little place there. Hey, Petite Fireball, I am so glad to see you, dear. Hadn't seen you in a while. But I hit this button to do the quantity that I wanted, and somehow or another a key got stuck, and I ordered over 100 of those items, that one item, $200 and something worth. I and before I realized it, I almost hit buy now, which I couldn't have bought it because I didn't have it. I just barely had enough money to buy that $2 and something. But I don't know, it just stuck. I guess it's time to get a new keyboard. I think next keyboard I get, I'm gonna get one of them plastic things that goes over the keys, and where you can take that cover off and shake it and get all the crud off of it and then put it back on. Yeah, I got it. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it when I caught it when it gave the total amount, and I thought, what? But I caught it, but it's just been one of those days. I got up this morning, and my daughter's bedroom door was shut, so I figured she was in there asleep with Jaden. And then I went out on the deck. Her car was gone. I come out again, Donovan, where's your mom? Beach? She's gone to the beach. I hate it. I didn't want to go. You couldn't run fast enough to get me to beach. Well, I would like to go one more time, but she was. I wasn't. I didn't want to go, but I would like to have known that she was going. You know, I've sat here for 2 or 3 hours thinking she's in there asleep. She ain't here. She's at the beach. I guess she's either gone to Daytona or Ormond Beach or Daytona Beach. That's usually the one. Unless she goes to the West Coast, that's on the Gulf there, and that's at Cedar Key. But I'm not a beach fan. I hadn't been a beach fan for a long time. Hey, Lisa, how you doing, dear? Been out there looking. I went out there and mixed up some soil. I'm fixing to try and root some of the. I went and looked at these videos again on YouTube about how to propagate these rubber plants. I'm gonna try it one more time. And and I love these things here. You notice this was some juice in there, but it's them jalapenos, and they call it the tamed. I don't know how they cut the heat down on them, but one guy I was watching canning these, and he puts sliced carrots in with his. He says the carrots tend to tone down the spicy part of them a little bit. So I may try to make some, but I love them things, and I was going to order me a jar off of eBay or Amazon. You're a good old man. I was going to order me a jar of these, and they come two to an order, and it was $11 and some change, and I couldn't afford it anyway. And but I got to look, and then I seen down there one place it was $3 and some change, and I thought, well, that's a lot cheaper than what I was looking at. And so I put them on the thing, getting to bed early. I have to meet with the cardiologist tomorrow. Well, good luck on that, dear. But this cheaper jar, God, you got to watch that stuff on there. That cheaper jar is $3 and something versus approximately $11 for two jars. But the thing about that $3 and something, it was a $8 and something shipping. It didn't come on the Prime, on Amazon Prime. So $8 shipping. I don't order nothing off of Amazon unless it's that's why I'm on that Amazon Prime. It costs me around $5 a month, but I don't pay no shipping on anything that's on that Amazon Prime. And it's just like seeds. I was ordering some seeds, and it's like pulling hen's teeth to find seeds on there that is shipped Amazon Prime. So you really gotta watch that. I wanted to order me some pimento peppers. So no way I'm paying shipping on a pack of seeds. Like y'all have a pack of seeds in there for $2.49. If it's on Amazon Prime, that's what it costs me. But if it's not on Amazon Prime, then the shipping is like $3 or $4. So you're paying over $5 for a $2 package of seeds. Minus the seed stems and ribs. Jalapenos are pretty mild on. Wait a minute. She said minus the seeds, stems, and ribs. Jalapenos are pretty mild on the heat. But the thing about it, now these here, this just sliced tame jalapeno peppers, and down here it says medium heat. And these have the stems and seeds and everything in there. And this is, I guess it's pronounced that Meseta. I love these things. I can just sit there and eat these out of a jar. But I've been putting them in my chicken salad and stuff, and I've noticed that I'm getting pretty acclimated to spicy, and I don't know why. I used to wouldn't even put pepper on nothing. Janet says she wished she could qualify for SNAP. What is SNAP? Oh, is that the food stamp thing? I guess I'm on that. I've got a card. I don't even know what it says on it. My daughter keeps that. She does all the groceries. I get about $200 a month now. I think. I'm not, but jalapenos are pretty heart healthy. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but you know, the other night when I did that midnight live stream, I think it was last Friday night, I hardly ever get more than about 16, 17, 18, sometimes 19 people on, that comes on. Yeah. Well, I don't touch my car. My daughter gets, because actually some people think I shouldn't have to pay her anything for being here, but to have a roof over my head, to have electricity, water, to have internet, all of these amenities and stuff, and I'm only giving her $600 a month plus the my food stamp card. No way I could live. If it was just me, I couldn't even pay the rent for the month, let alone buy groceries or any of that other stuff. So she's right. She is underpaid. It's got to cost more than that. I don't know how you figure what it costs for me being here. And another thing too, I have never moved out. She has never moved out. We've always been together. And some people say, well, do you live with your daughter? Well, yes, I do. But guess what? My daughter lives with me too, the way I look at it. The only thing I can't figure out is somewhere along the way, I no longer was the head of household. She is. She runs the show. And I don't care. You can use, I just have medical, but that is how I was able to get discount for Amazon for 4 years. Yeah. Boy, I wish I could work again. I wish I could go out there and rent me a building somewhere and start up another business. I miss that so much. Hey, Barbara. Yeah, and I get cheap Prime too. My Prime, what is it, about $5 a month, something like that, and it's well worth it. For me, it just is. I mean, I don't pay shipping on anything. Occasionally, I might accidentally buy something that I have to pay shipping on. Occasionally. Most of the time I catch it. But what I was saying about the midnight live I did the other night, I normally get about 18 or 19 people on a live. But on that, I noticed on the that midnight. Thank you so much to Tapia Dolores. I don't believe oh, I know. Thank you so much, dear. Um, I appreciate that so very much. But I noticed on that live, on that midnight live, I had 20 at one point. I had 22 people on there, and I was going to be surprised if I got 5, but I got 22. So guess what? Friday night I'm gonna do another live, and I got to look up how to spell Ron. Somebody write on here. How do you spell rendezvous? My spell check don't catch it, and I was gonna say midnight rendezvous, and that's what I want to call it, but I don't know how to spell it. I used all kind of combinations, and I can't. Uh, but uh, I had somebody. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna bad. I'm not. What it's not bad mouthing it, but it's not positive what I was gonna say about him. But I'm just gonna keep that to myself. Uh, because every time I say something positive, I mean it in a way that it's constructive, I think. But sometimes, if they got subscribers that take offense by me saying that and they happen to be subscribed to me, they drop me like a sack of dirt. And that's happened several times. I've lost several people. And I think that's why I've lost about 30 here in the last month or two, because of something I said. You have to be really careful about things you say. And on YouTube, we can pretty much, it's your channel, you can say pretty much what you want as long as it's within YouTube's guidelines. And I'm learning not to say things that really just need to be unsaid. But I can't think of anybody. Well, there was this one channel, and I can't touch on that because I lost about 50 subscribers on that deal, and but that's when me and this person, me and this channel had a disagreement about something, and it was so far out in left field and child endangerment and a lot of other things that felt like I needed to say something, even though I figured I was going to lose some subscribers. And I did, but guess what? In the process of that, I gained some good ones, and one of them's on here right now. I think Rendezvous, Rendez You write that down. REN. What? What did you? What? D-E-Z. D-E-Z. B-O-U-S. B-O-U-S. And guys, I went out riding around on my scooter today. It's used to, I enjoyed going out on the scooter and looking around and stuff, but now it's kind of depressing because I don't know. I do know I shop with Amazon, but pay $9.95 a month and a lot more than 50 for internet. Gee, I need help. Well, if you're on any kind of assistance or anything, Johnny Ortega, you can qualify for that if you got I think she called it a SNAP card or anything. You give them that number or something, and you get that $5 and something a month. And that's a lifesaver for me because I just about 99.9% of my shopping is done on Amazon. I There's some other places trying to get Amazon business, but they really can't compare with it. I don't like big business, but it's just a fact of life, and it's just like I was talking about this guy talking about small farms and things you go back that, but the fact is, big business is here, big farms is here. If I knew how to change it, I would, but it is. I don't like the way things are today. I don't like it, but there's nothing I can do about it. I don't like sometimes being out in public, hear some little kid, 12, 13, 14 years old, cussing and everything, but I don't know. Janet, go to your homepage on Amazon. There is an option to talk, text, or email them. I always text because it gives a pretty good immediate response. Explain you're disabled, they'll change what you pay. Tell you the truth, I don't. Some items that Amazon, I don't know how they even come out on it. I mean, I can order a $5 item and it comes right to my dang door. How do they do that? I guess it's got a lot to do with quantity. Been there, at least I've been there, done that. And one of my biggest fears about having a YouTube channel, there's some of you are pretty involved with me, and then all of a sudden I don't see you for a while, and I get I don't get upset, but I worry. I get too dang attached to people, and like there's some of you on here, like some of you I get more attached to than others. Like Lisa right now, she's my buddy. You're all my buddies, but I'm more involved with that particular person than I am certain others. And like Mary Beth, from Fantabulous, she's not been coming around much lately, and Petite Fireball, she doesn't, and I don't know whether to keep pushing, I don't know, I just don't know how, but I worry about, I am on SSI medical, and yeah, you could get that. Uh, but but right now I'm worried that I'm fast. I get more depressed now when I go out on my scooter because uh, because I can't get into dumpsters. I can't get into people's trash. I can't drag stuff up to the house. No, I did not get noticed. Just found you. Uh, it's just depressing, and I found that today. It's just depressing. Um, and really, all I've got now that to occupy my time is my YouTube channel and my plants and stuff out there, which a lot of those aren't doing so hot. Um, but I just worry about I'm shortchanging everybody by being, and a lot of you helped me out, uh, financially, and sometimes people make remarks about the money part of it, and it kind of makes me feel guilty, but I can't control whether people give me money or not, or you call it whatever you want to, support the channel or whatever, I don't know. I don't, what in the world is that? Oh, that's oh, that's how I charge them. That's another thing that's got me depressed. Going out on the scooter, I can't, I can't do anything with this camera. It's so top heavy and everything, and it shakes and it doesn't correct itself on the shaky part. Like this one, sometimes this one will work, sometimes it won't. The black one won't work at all. I haven't tried it lately, but I'm going to start doing some stuff. I'm trying to get my room. Well, where's that thing go? There it is. I'm going to push the button on it, see if it even dares to come on. Talking about this GoPro. Push the button. But nah, it ain't turning on. It ain't turning on. $300 and something I paid for that thing. Wow. And I'm so used to giving voice commands to the camera to turn it on and off, or to turn it off, and also to tell it to record and stop recording and all that stuff. But I named my gardenia Dobbers Petite. Got involved accidentally in that drama and got offended before we all realized it was a mean at all of our expense. Yeah. Oh, okay, Lisa, I didn't know that. There's a lot of people that watch my channel, but they never comment or anything, and Dobber pretty. Oh my God. Um, but yeah, I was out mixing me up some potting soil and everything today. Uh, I'm going to fix me an herb bed. You know, I want this a few different herbs that I want to plant. You know, I want to do basil. I want to do cilantro, chives. Uh, what is the others? There's a couple. It's about five that I like to keep around, and I want to start drying um, uh, peppers and stuff. I want to start making different blends of seasonings and stuff. Um, uh, I usually can go with the flow pretty easy. I don't. I can remember the time back when road rage wasn't talked about much, but I can remember the time. Uh, how long ago has that been? I don't do road rage, guys. It's not worth it. Somebody cuts you off, so be it. They cut you off. I even think to myself, sorry about that. Hope you have a better day. You know, it's not worth it. We're all here. We're all wanting the same things practically, but then you can get out there and start cussing out people and stuff like that. And I didn't really get nasty or anything, but I would get irritated. I don't get irritated no more. Somebody cuts me off, you know, I just let them, you know, go on. Of course, I don't get cut off anymore because I don't. I'm near a Publix, but they're still rebuilding that whole thing out there. And I've done told my daughter when they have their grand opening again, I want to be over there with bells on. I want to see my friends that all works in there. I'm hoping a lot of them be back. And uh, yes, they are, and I appreciate that so much. Hey, Troy, how you doing, sir? Um, but uh, yeah, I want to be there when that opens back up, and man, just somebody told me the other day if you're still wanting that fancy scooter that you've been wanting so you can travel over there and in town, that you can travel about 40 miles on a charge. Told me to start a GoFundMe, but I don't I don't feel comfortable doing that, and um, there's somebody that started a GoFundHim page for a hobby. It's not to help him out financially. It's not to help his channel out. It's to help. It's to help him afford to. Well, shoot. Maybe that's all right. I don't know. I'm not going. But that scooter's $2,100. But man, golly, man, just think about. I could go all over town. I could go to the store and all that stuff. Uh, I miss that more than anything. I have not drove a car since about this time. Let's see, my brother was here in July, and I got come down with COVID around the first week of August. So about a year ago, the last time I drove a car. I don't even have a driver's license now. Uh, and I have a knack of annoying people by just being breathing. People get in their field too deep sometimes. Uh, yes, there is bigger things. Yes, there is. But I don't know. I've never been 80 before, so I don't know. I don't know if this is all normal feelings or stuff or not. I've never been there before. And now I'm there, but guess what? I'll never be there again. Um, you only get, here's the thing that we usually can't figure out till we're older. Uh, Life, you only get one life. You only get one today, but you'll get tomorrow if you live. Does that make sense? You only get one turn. You don't get to do no do-overs. Once you do something, it's done. You might go back and correct something, but once that day that you did it wrong, it's done. It's over. No do-overs. If I had do-overs, my son would be alive. If I had do-overs, my wife would be alive. Um, and if I had do-overs, there's a lot of things I would do different. I hope that makes sense. Um, and one of my subscribers, who was that? Which one of you birds called me and said I was a stubborn, narrow-minded person? On insulin for 3 years now. Troy's on insulin. Yeah, I just got my. Did I take it? Yeah, I took it. There you go. Oh, now I done lost my. Can't do dead do-overs, Dobber. That's just punishing yourself. Yeah, it is. But I worry a lot anymore about ever since my son died. I'm more aware that, boy, it can be over in a second. And it makes me worry every time my daughter goes to work or goes out that door or takes off to the beach like she did today, which I didn't know, and I'm going to let her know about it. At least tell me. But I worry about it. I don't like think, well, is she going to make it back today, but it just crosses my mind uh, that nobody has tomorrow. You got today if you're living. And tell you the truth, folks, I don't know how I would deal with losing anybody else. When I say anybody else, other people I can deal with losing them, but my my daughter and my grandbabies. I don't know. I don't know if I can make it. Uh, but then, and I'm talking about suicide. But to me, my father, he killed himself at 57 years old. What a cheap way. That lets a lot of people down when somebody commits suicide. And you start thinking, well, I didn't know something. Well, what could I have done? You know, it's really, that would be my big one curse mouth. That I know you didn't mean it, and I know I'm narrow-minded, but there's a big difference of being narrow-minded and not knowing it. I know I'm narrow-minded about a lot of things, but that's got a lot to do with how old I am and things that I don't change. I do not want. I hate changes. I can't stand changes. Of course, in 1995, I didn't want. I didn't. I wasn't fanciful about the internet. 1995 when I started messing with computers. Uh, I thought computers was going to be nothing but a fad. And that's what I thought in 1988 when my wife and I decided to invest. Uh, we decided we was going to invest $20,000 in in stocks. And my insurance guy that I have the insurance through and everything, he was also a financial advisor. And he talked me into, me and my wife, she had a hand in that too. He talked us into putting that $20,000 into, oh boy, you ignorant old man. Talked us into putting 20 grand into Dell computers, their stock. And we did. I paid for it. I didn't keep it a week because this guy, this insurance guy of mine, he's a Seventh-day Adventist. And he didn't do nothing when the sun went down on Friday evening till it went down on Saturday evening. It was the Sabbath. He didn't do nothing. He didn't conduct any kind of business or anything. And I was looking at all the details about that, and I was checking the amount of the stock. I was checking after about 4 or 5 days to see if it made me any money. I didn't know nothing. And so that was a Saturday. No, that was Friday evening. I called him. I said, I was just checking the stock, and it's only $1,800 and something now. And I'm looking at where did that couple $1,000 go? And he wouldn't call me back. His wife answered the phone, says, we don't do that, blah, blah. I said, will you tell him to be sure and call me? Because I got some problems with this deal he just did for me. And he didn't call me. He didn't even call me Monday. And so back then, checks didn't clear as fast as they normally do. I went and I didn't sell it. Well, I don't know what he did with it because I stopped payment on the check. And guess what? Every once in a while, I'll do the little calculations on how much that 20 grams worth of stock would be worth today. And I would be a millionaire 2 or 3 times over. I didn't understand about loading fees and a lot of that stuff. They don't do that anymore. But I didn't understand about that. But boy, I lived on that. My depression is on waiting on the docs to give me answers about my pain. I just ate the junk sis brought me, and yeah, yeah, I didn't listen to him, but you know, I've made so many mistakes, and I mean costly, expensive mistakes. In about 1975, me, my brother-in-law, and another guy, I can't remember his name, and there was 5 of us. And the other 2 guys' names was one was Clayton and one was Marcus. We on evenings we would go over to this one man's house. He had a little shed out there, and we was building furniture from scratch. And actually had a guy that was out selling it. He sold other lines of furniture too, and he was selling some of our stuff. And Clayton and Marcus kept on with it. They kept on doing it. My brother-in-law and me, we got tired of it, and we just quit and just kept with our regular jobs. And here's what you can do. Look up Clayton Marcus furniture manufacturing today. Last count I had, they had about 7 different factories, mostly in North Carolina and Tennessee. I think they got one in Virginia now too. It's named Clayton Marcus. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was still working at this one factory, and one day the owner of the factory come in and says, we're hanging a notice, be sure and read it. And what it amounted to, they were selling their factory to Clayton Marcus. And said, you can keep your jobs, but you'll have to go through some hoops and all that stuff, you know. And I worked for them for about 2 weeks after they officially took over that factory. That was a big mistake. Oh my God. But there's been a lot of little furniture factories, little guys like that started out making furniture like that and made it big. But Clayton Marcus sure did. Yeah, give me some thumbs up, guys. 16 watching. Praying your situation gets better, Lisa. That's a lot to deal with. Yes, it is, dear. Yes, it is. No, they don't. My dad just didn't know. I can understand why he did it. He was an alcoholic, lifelong alcoholic, and all of his kids. He had 5 kids, and I include myself in there. Near do wells. Does that make sense? I don't think I was. I was successful to an extent, but my problem was I made mistakes along the way. I kept businesses going longer. I worried more about the computer, about my customer. I worried more about my employees than I worried about myself, and I think it's nice to care about your employees, but don't keep them around just because you're not making it, or you need to close the business, and don't just run yourself completely broke. And I did that a couple of times. Where's who at, Janet? Hot Palm Springs, California. You're in Palm Springs? I always heard about things at Palm Springs. You know what? I don't mean this in a derogatory way or anything, but I ain't lost a cotton picking thing in California or any of those western states. I mean, I would like to visit, but just seems like there's always something, especially California. Just fires and now the drought and all that stuff, and you got a lot of places like that are hitting it rough. It just is, and it seems to me that if California was, it seems to me, this may be my narrow-mindedness. It seems to me that if an area, a certain part of the land, if it can't support its crops, on its own and getting rain and all that stuff, but California, all them crops and stuff there, they're depending on that water coming from hundreds of miles away to there. They can't make it on their own, and I don't know. It just maybe it's not meant to be farmland. It's and there's always been droughts and stuff. They were in. But there's a lot of, and look at all what went on in Europe and what's going on in China just in the last few days. All them floods and stuff. You see just rivers with cars floating down and everything, and then they're dying for water in California. I've never been to I've never been no further west than Arkansas, Nashville, Tennessee. I've never been to Arizona or any of that. I wish I'd have visited. But matter of fact, I was so, here's the thing, and I like to tell my grandson, I was so far I went so far east that I was west of California. I almost went all the way around the world, but didn't do it. Yeah, that's another thing too. They're talking about climate change. I don't know if or what or anything more than what. Well, the Earth has been changing for eons and eons. There's been ice ages, and it freezes and it recedes, and it freezes and it recedes. It keeps changing, and I, from the Colorado River to help grow their crops in their deserts. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It, and I just can't imagine. Uh, I don't know what the answer is. Don't know. I care, but I don't know. Um, but praying that it's a mad game to quit. You can get the chemicals out in 3 weeks, but oh, okay. I was looking at a thing on a YouTube channel, and it was showing this building, and this was in Britain and in the UK. I don't know how many acres that thing covered, but it's covered, and they're growing crops in there. Oh, and there's some reason they can't get help or something to harvest it and that stuff. And these was peppers and stuff, and this is all hanging on the vines, getting overripe. Once you get overripe, you can't ship them anyway. Um, uh, I don't. Everything's just so different now. And I'm used to liking the farms here in North Carolina. They never got water from anywhere but out of the. They either got the rain, or they was pumping irrigation from the creek onto their fields and stuff. But with California, gosh, they're having to get it somewhere else. And then think about the ocean and desalinization. Taking the salt from the water there. I don't know. I don't understand why it's so expensive to do that. But that may be that may be the only way they can save the uh, self. I don't know. But guys, I may do another midnight now that I got it down. Rendezvous. Ain't no dang wonder I couldn't get that thing to come out on the. Oh my lord! That thing's got one of the 6, 7, 8, 9. That thing's got 10 levers in it. I done One way I was spelling it was Rendivu or VOU. I'm a pretty good speller, and I'm an excellent reader. You know, I can read. I was always at the head of the class on anything pertaining to geography, uh, not so much English, but I used to get, back when I was in the first or second grade, the teacher gave me 50 cents because I could read every word in that book. And you can go to the back of the book and have a list of all the words, and I could read every word. And she gave me 50 cents one day and said, now you can go down to the store and buy whatever you want. And she sent me down to a store by myself, about a block or two away. And I come back to class with little munchies and those stuff. Can you imagine sending somebody's kid to the store? That was in a private school. I was going to a Seventh-day Adventist private school with him. I don't hang around. If somebody's smoking, they can get away from me, I'm gonna get away from them. I can't stand that. Can't stand that cigarette smoke. Okay. Anyway, I'm over an hour now. I'm gonna try that. Boy, that midnight thing I did last week run an hour and a half. It's posted. You can go watch it if you want. And I've got the ads posted. I think I posted them every 15 minutes. Oh, man, I wish my viewers would get. I had more viewers to watch and things. I'd like to be able to get a check once a month from YouTube, but now, right now it's about once every 3 months. But guys, I appreciate all of you. My daughter's not home yet. See, now that, of course, it's not dark. That's now like something my dad. You smoke them, you gotta buy them. I don't even know if that's what y'all was talking about. If you wrote, oh, he's talking about cigarettes. Well, when I started, they was around a quarter a pack. When I was in the military, they was running about 20 cents a pack. And they had a thing, if you board a ship, all the taxes disappear on them things, and you could actually get a pack of cigarettes for about 15 cents. And the reason I know that is because when I come back from Germany, from Europe to the United States, I come on that darn ship. I was sick for 9 days on the Simon B. Buckner. I got a picture of that thing. I might hang it on my wall. Boy, I was sick. And I think I see today, these guys, they go over to, they feel like they're going to throw up, and they'd run over to the rail up on that. And then especially on that, what they call the fantail, the very back of the ship, and then hang their head over and throw up. Well, there's wind blowing up. It's not blowing down, it's blowing up, and it blows it all back in your face. I can miss poor guy. He threw he threw up and he turned around and looked at me and it was all over his face and he had glasses on like this. It was just all oh my Lord. At least I went to the side of the ship throw up. Bless his heart. Boy, it was, of course a lot of people were sick. All right, I gotta stop. Did you inventory that? Uh, somewhat. I'm gonna do that on. Uh, I'll probably show that on that midnight rendezvous because I'm gonna take my camera over there and I'm gonna show them right then. But I've got a pile of them things, and I just realized something has happened. I have a box. Oh, well, let me get it here. I have a box just like this. This is what my medical supplies come in. And it was all taped up and everything, and it was completely full, and I mean packed all the way to the top. Oh, please here. This here is I don't know how many's in there. This is gauze, sponges they call them. 200 to a pack. And it was packed in there just as tight as I could get it. I don't know how many was in there. And I had another box just like that, and it was full of the rolls of gauze, packed and sealed. I was going to sell them on eBay. They just up and disappeared. I don't know where they're at. Can't find them. I've still got gauze and stuff. I got a lot of stuff, but I can't imagine where that went. You know what? I got to stop running my mouth. Midnight delight. If there is an afternoon delight, why can't there be a midnight delight? Oh, just, oh man, I wish my daughter would get home. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all being here on Hump Day. I love everyone. Hey, I didn't even see you, Laney. Daggone it. I get to run in my mouth and I don't realize who's here. I'll come back and look. No, they weren't open. This was open, but these were all sealed. It's just stuff I never used, and they kept sending it and kept sending it. And that's what I hate about them gauze, because it's them big 4-inch gauze. Dad, what's going on with that knee? Oh man. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate all of you, and if you're around on Midnight Friday, check me out. I'll see you. Boy, that didn't taste good. See you in the next one. That's my story, folks, and I'm sticking to it.